Hello, hello. Welcome back to the weekly Monday Motivation Podcast, No More Excuses. I am your host, Sandi Ballard, and I appreciate you being here for listening and sharing this podcast with others and all that shit I say every week that just sounds, typical. You're right. You're like, blah, blah, blah. Get on with it, Sandi. But I really do appreciate it. It's always cool to hear from you. And when I log in to the system, I see all the downloads and the shares. So I really, really do appreciate it. Especially as this is week 202 in a row. Yeah, it's cool. So I appreciate all of you being here. And if for some reason this sounds funky, sorry about that. When I got my new hard drive a couple of weeks ago that I have mentioned when shit was going sideways, now the new GarageBand where I record has all these really amazing controls that I have no idea how to use. So there you go, putting it out there. But that's how it is sometimes, right? Focus. Last week's podcast was all about reeling in all the ideas, the thoughts, the shit just swirling around in your head that's written on Post-it notes or notepads or Post-it notes hanging on your mirror. And I'm talking about myself as well. So just reeling it all in, prioritizing and attacking with focus, focusing on one thing at a time. I did it sort of on top of my regular clients. I'm developing an online course and an app. So, it's kind of cool. I'm excited about it. But, listening to webinars to understand how to do all this, writing content. At the same time, I'm launching the in-person groups. I'm duplicating what I've done in Indiana for all these years out here in California. And at at times it gets overwhelming. But also when I start sharing my ideas, others get excited and it gets me more excited as well. But yeah, I got to reel it in and focus one thing at a time. And yeah, kind of the app and the online course go together, but one thing has to be done first. And I can, sometimes let other things slide like we all can, right? And there are so many moving parts to all of this, writing and recording and finding the right platform and sorting through all the worksheets. And Jesus Christ, I've created a lot of worksheets over the years I hadn't even realized. So seeing which ones are relevant for what course. And, oh, yes, listening to all the other webinars and the ones that say, well, you can just pay me and you can launch your course in 9 days or 30 days or your app. And I'm like, yeah, if that's all you do. But, it can do it, or you can pay them to do it, which, right now kind of sounds sexier than doing it myself. But it wouldn't be me if I had somebody else do it, would it? All right. So, yes, I'll actually have 3 courses, and they'll all begin with a webinar. So one will be launching how to launch your business in 90 days, refueling your passion for your business. So first one is obviously people who have not started their business or officially launched. The other one will be for those of you who really need to get excited again and get your business to the next level. And then the third one will be coaching your way through life. Will be truly me coaching you through the course. So listen and watch for those. And if you can't tell, I'm super excited. And yes, it's going to take a tremendous amount of focus to get these ready for you, especially you do-it-yourselfers, DIYers. And, what about the motivation? What about the motivation and accountability that I always talk about? Well, I have to say, all of you are my motivation. And I do a decent job of holding myself accountable. After all, I am a coach, should practice what I preach, right? But let's talk about motivation. What is yours? What keeps you going? Now that you know what you need to focus on, you've got your priorities, how will you stay motivated? Especially if it's not 100%, the action steps aren't 100% fun, or perhaps not something you're really great at, or you hit some challenges. What will you do to keep yourself motivated? It's easy to say, oh, yes, all of you are my motivation. But what does that mean, right? So I looked up the official definition of motivation. It's the reason or reasons someone has on acting or behaving in a particular way. And another one is the general desire or willingness of someone to do something. So again, it's the enthusiasm, the need or the reason, the why behind whatever it is you want to do and achieve. All right, so again, taking your 30-day goal or whatever is on your number one on your priority list, and thinking about how you will stay focused. That motivation is what will keep you focused. Really, again, deciding on the why you want to do this or achieve this. What is your reason? Because there's so many things that can affect your motivation, as we all know. Weather, other people, other people's moods, your mood, the environment. But when you decide why and you really are excited about the goal and what you're working on, you will stay focused and the motivation will be there and will stay there. Okay. So, for me, for the online courses, you are my motivation. Why? Because I want to share my experience and my experiences with you and help you achieve your goals and dreams. And I want this course to help you stay focused and motivated to achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. So again, really digging down to the why behind it. We've all heard that through many times. Once you buy by why, you sell why. The why is a huge concept in everything we do. I was that why kid growing up, drove my dad batshit crazy. So this week, post or email me at sballard@growingforward.biz, your focus item and your why. What is the motivation behind what you're doing? What is going to keep you motivated? What's going to keep you focused? All right. Again, what is your focus item and what is your why behind that? Because that will be your motivation. All right. And if you can't come up with any of this shit, right? Email me again, sballard@growingforward.biz. Let's do one session. Let's get some shit figured out and get you on the right track so you can start achieving amazing things. All right. Have a great week. I look forward to hearing from you. Cheers.